I don't have the energy to do a energetic intro tonight on Podzilla After Dark. I guess that was kind of energetic.
It did have a little bit of energy to it. Hey, it's the last After Dark before spooky season.
It's also the first show we've done in over a week.
Shit, really?
Yeah, the last show we did was Curse of Strahd last Tuesday.
Shit.
Yeah, so if
Things kept happening.
If you were sitting there thinking, "Oh, thank God they're finally done," well, you got us for another month, I'm afraid, because we planned way too much to back out of October this year. But this is After Dark. Jesse Kimball is right. I will introduce him in a second. This is the final After Dark before we head into the October season, and you know what that means. I'll explain what that means here in 1 second. My name is Shannon Young. I'm going to be your host tonight. Yeah, with me, of course, we've got Jesse Kimball.
He's going to do so many things in just a second.
The co-owner of Podzilla 1985, Jesse Kimball.
That's that guy that I am.
Original host of Penta Nerd and the creator of the River City Belchers.
Oh, God. That name never happened. I refuse to believe it.
And with good reason. Man with good cause. Also with us tonight, Shelby Chan.
Hello.
Or maybe Lindsay. I forget who goes next. Lindsay's here.
It's usually Lindsay.
Okay.
It's fine.
Lindsay,
I'm here.
Lindsay looks like Casper the Friendly Ghost
I'm
white
making
friend.
signs for my table tomorrow.
Oh, Tanner, we're locked up.
Oh no!
Damn it! I cannot make the joke I was going to make. I'm going to send it to Jesse Kimball specifically because of this. All right.
Tanner, I have one catchphrase for you. Quack.
I'm not watching it. I'm not gonna do it.
Why? Why not?
Tanner's video is frozen.
Because stop motion.
Jesse, I sent you a joke that I won't say out loud based on this interaction that we just had. That's... Oh, God, did she get it?
She didn't see it, no.
Oh,
she's freaking out about it. She's playing Harvest Moon.
Well, my baby chickie just hatched. I got baby chicken.
And she now has a baby chicken.
I got it. What do I name it?
Once upon a time.
Tendy.
Once,
See, I usually do Nugget.
we used to
good. Let's do Tendies.
We used to do the show live with each other at Gaming Grounds at Cape Girardeau, and there would be times where we would be doing the show, and I'd look down at Lindsay and various other people, and they would be on their 3DSs playing video games while we're trying to record. And I remember looking at Jesse, and Jesse would look at me. How the times have changed when it's a relationship now.
We can no longer look at each other.
Yeah, but you can snitch her out. Then I'm aware.
I have to fill this Harvest Moon craving I've got because they're re-releasing A Wonderful Life, and it's going to be basically A Wonderful Life Special Edition. It was like the third iteration of that game after they did Another Wonderful Life.
Well,
I need it now, and I can't have it now, so I'm doing this.
It is a wonderful life, to be fair, and we're celebrating the life of Coolio tonight.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I'm pretty bummed out about that. Coolio, a lot of my white friends that I know, Coolio was their first dip into hip-hop culture. So he was a gateway drug. Gangsta's Paradise was one of the biggest rap songs of all time.
I was about to say, for me, like it happened kind of like I would say tangentially from that, because it was Amish Paradise was what I heard first.
Same.
Then I heard Gangsta's Paradise.
We discovered
plus
Coolio through Weird Al.
Right, and then he did the Keenan and Kel theme song, and I mean that was good shit.
We are very different.
Which I will say, yesterday scrolling Facebook, I saw Weird Al's post for Coolio as well.
Yeah, he definitely did some. Goddamn, that's not what I looked up. Yeah, he did a tribute to it, and it was very, very sad. Also, Futurama. Apparently, he recorded some lines for Futurama that will be in the next season because He was coming back for the next season. I forgot that they even were doing another season of Futurama, but that's fine. It's fine. It'll probably be good.
It's just taking forever.
It'll probably be good. This is what the 4th time they've renewed the show, so
it's more than that.
This time it's forever, baby.
Man, I don't know about all that.
This time they're not going anywhere. So yeah, Coolio died.
And what's bad is
very sad about that.
Like of all because they've ended the show several times.
And they keep doing the sappy ending and then have to walk that shit back every time they get renewed.
Well, like, I just really liked, like, the last ending they had. Like, I really liked that final episode. You know, you want to do it again, and then, you know, it goes on. Like, you could obviously continue the series from there, but I just really like that as an ending spot.
Yeah, sometimes things can have an ending, and that's okay. Not everything has to go on forever. Also with us tonight, and goddamn, as a preview for this month, the man himself, Tanner Calvert. Did I introduce him?
No, I don't know. Hell, I still don't know if you can see me or not, or hear me.
We can't now. Yeah, we can always hear you.
Yeah.
It was just your video just kind of froze for a second. And actually, it's looking good now. You're fine.
Tanner is here because tonight is the last episode before spooky season, before it turns into terrifying Tanner Thursdays. And tonight we will be discussing 31 things to watch as we do every year, although the rumor is that they're running out of movies to recommend. I do not have that problem. I have 11 movies here, 2 of which I gave to Lindsay because she was struggling.
Oh shit.
Because I just have like TV episodes.
Fuck, yeah, I did not see that message about, like, you bring a list. I was thinking we were just going to do the list we didn't do last week about arcade games.
Nay.
No.
Whoops. None of us are prepared. What is the list?
Shit to watch
during Halloween.
Oh, okay. I got this.
Yeah, because I didn't see the messages.
This is what happens when we all fail to communicate. But I have faith that you can bring it back. I have faith that you can get a handful of films or television shows, operas, radio plays, stage performances, or audio podcasts to listen to this October season, which would all fill the realm of spook.
The realm of spook.
Now, while you
just
do that,
you just made this list easier for me. Thank you.
Well,
like I was already done. I was already done, but I decided now I'm going to add some more stuff to it.
Technically, we only need like 6 apiece, and I've got 7. I've got more than 7. Do what you can. I want to read a letter to you guys that I received from Mrs. Marie Smith. Mrs. Marie Smith is a lovely woman, I assume, as women go. And she wrote to me thus, "Dearly beloved, I had to contact you after praying over my situation. See, I have been recently diagnosed with a complicated case of cancer of the breast and diabetes, which has affected my hearing and to an extent my speech. I am Mrs. Marie Smith, 58, widow to Mr. Idrisu Smith, former defense attached to the embassy in Malaysia. My husband died in a plane crash with our only son, Elvis. Due to my strong religious background, I've decided not to remarry after his death. Before his death, he made a vow to use his wealth for the downtrodden, orphanages, and the less privileged in society. Having known my condition, I decided to donate this fund to an individual, or better still, a God-fearing person who will utilize this 2.6 million USD the way I'm going to instruct here. I want an individual that will use this fund to provide, misspelled word I can't even pronounce, to poor and indigent persons, orphanages and widows, and for propagating peace. I took this decision because I do not have any child that will inherit this money, and my husband's relatives are not inclined to helping poor persons, and I do not want my husband's hard-earned money to be misused or spent in the manner in which my late husband did not specify. I do not want a situation where this money will be used in an ungodly manner in case anything happens to me tomorrow as well. What I require of you is your honesty, trust, and sincerity. Please give me the following details: your full name, your address, occupation, and phone number.
God damn.
Kindly get back to me through my private email, which was provided. God bless you and your family, Mrs. Marie Smith. Well, a couple things, Marie, you old dying bitch. I don't have any family, so good luck to you on that one. I'm not a godly person, and I vow to misuse every dollar of the 2.6 million that I now have in my bank account. Cocaine parties for everyone. Abortions for everyone.
Oh, boy.
Little tiny American flags for everyone else.
What the fuck, Shannon? So you gave her your bank account. She paid out.
Well, she hasn't paid out yet. It's coming.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Promise though, it'll happen.
She said she's godly. Don't you trust God?
Rock, flag, and eagle, baby. You know it.
If Tanner wasn't frozen right now, he'd be laughing.
Oh, the face that Tanner's making too. I got to see if I can screenshot this here.
Nope. There we go.
He's like,
I got it right in time, baby.
I think I'll be using part of my $2.6 million to buy Tanner better internet. This I vow. So next,
he looks like a Minecraft skin in that picture.
A little bit.
He is. That's Burly Bill, the Minecraft character.
Burly Bill. I like it.
Can somebody quick throw that into like a Minecraft skin creator and just like make Tanner a Minecraft character?
I did watch that. That was pretty good.
He comes equipped with a pickaxe and a raccoon.
and if you catch it at the right time of day, he'll steptoe
to freedom.
To freedom
with the raccoon.
You open up his dirt house and it is full of buckets.
That's what he bathes in. Yeah, the buckets.
Oh. Oh, okay.
That was fucked up.
So here's our promise that we do every year when it comes time for October. We promise for the entire October season, no politics. No politics. We don't talk about what's happening in the world. It's strictly it's going to be all dedicated to spookiness. With that said, before it's October,
not October yet.
What the fuck is going on with the Republican Party, and especially Trump? Have you seen this shit? They're doing this hold the hand up with one finger at Trump rallies now, like it's the goddamn Hunger Games. I've seen Donald Trump. No. He doesn't look hungry.
They're just holding up a finger? Because, I mean, Hunger Games is like multi-fingers.
They're holding up one finger like this. Everyone, look it up. Everyone's doing this. This is their symbol. So
they're counting their brain cells?
They're counting how many...
They're pointing at him.
They're counting how many terms he got. One term. That's all he'll ever get. I'm dead serious, man. It's getting scary. There was one GOP congressperson who said that there is a lot of pressure, and they're going to make it happen, that if the Republicans take back the House and the Senate in the midterms, they're going to vote to impeach Biden for no reason. They are just going to impeach him.
They have no legitimate reason to do it. They just want to do it and be like, yeah, see
how it feels?
See how it feels?
The Republican Party has lost their fucking mind.
Did you hear about the ultra godly woman of God,
Miss Marie Smith?
All life and marriage is sacred. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, yeah. No, I've heard a lot about her.
So she cheated on her husband with a gym manager, and they're now divorcing.
I did not hear about this. That is very funny to me.
Shelby, I called it.
Oh, you heard about Marjorie Taylor Greene? I don't remember this conversation.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is a truly awful human being, and
most of them are. At what point most of the Republicans I know are no longer Republican, because the Republican Party has lost their goddamn mind. It's done.
Not even 2 years ago that she voted to make gay marriage illegal because she believes in the sanctity of marriage between a man and a woman. Apparently not so much that she wouldn't cheat on and then divorce her husband, but, you know.
Oh, to be fair, did you see the dude's abs? I didn't, but I'm assuming they're godly. Yeah, this would be the part where I go, you can find this all out in an all-new episode of No Turning Back with Shannon Young, but I'm not doing one anytime soon, so I can't wait to see what happens during October when I will continue my vow of not talking about politics on the shows. But right now, holy shit, the world's going insane. It's going absolutely insane.
And then
I'm bothered.
Everybody's freaking the fuck out. I say everybody. the Republicans are freaking the fuck out because Kamala Harris accidentally said North Korea instead of South Korea when referring to longtime U.S. allies. Clearly she's not fit for office because she misspoke.
Well, we haven't even touched on the fact that Vladimir Putin has flat out said he's going to use nuclear weapons against Ukraine, and then said, "I'm not bluffing." Like,
because Ukraine is not going well for him.
It is not. We got Tanner.
So apparently, it's come to light that somebody, no names, like they didn't actually say who it was, but I'm sure you can guess, has made a phone call to Putin, like got on a secure line, was able to contact Putin. And was able to drop enough knowledge on him that Putin has kind of backed down on his nuclear threats. Somebody scared the shit out of him from the White House.
Oh, okay, then it wasn't Trump because you said from the White House.
Yeah.
Well, no, Trump is running everything from the shadows.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. He's in that Q cabal that stops Democrats from sexually assaulting children in the basement of pizza places.
That's exactly correct.
I don't all jokes aside, I know I'm a sarcastic asshole, we all are, but I don't understand. I don't understand how this has become like people actually believe this shit. I don't understand how people hear all this and like actually think that this is real. I've never been more afraid to be a normal American than I am right now, because these Republicans, and that's what they are. It's no longer fringe Republicans. It's no longer hardcore right extremists. It's just the Republican Party now, because most of the Republican Party either follows it or sanctions it. So we no longer have to put the thing up, well, some Republicans are okay. At this point, they're not. The Republican Party is scaring the shit out of me. And if they don't scare you too, you better check your blood pressure, because if it's like mine, it might be going.
The goddamn human trafficking that's been happening. Like, we never talked about that either. With Martha's Vineyard and Chicago.
Oh yeah, with DeSantis sending migrants in very clear...
luring migrants in under false pretenses, talking about like jobs and opportunity. Yeah, just get on this bus, and they just took them and dropped them all off at Martha's Vineyard.
You know what what it's exactly like. You know what? It's exactly like the reverse freedom rides. It's the same thing. Like, I don't understand how people aren't like more upset about this.
I mean, a lot of people are upset about this, just not the right people.
Everyone should be upset about this. Lindsay, you know what the reverse freedom rides are?
No.
It was during the 50s, 60s, the civil rights movement, when they would trick black people into getting on buses with the promise of better opportunities in another state and housing and like all of these promises, and then they would just ship them to other states and drop them off and go, good luck. It's the same thing. They lied to them because they wanted to get them out of their state. It's the same thing. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And Jesse, please, for my sake, what political party does Ron DeSantis belong to?
Would you believe that he's a Republican?
Oh, God dang. Give it, goddamn. I
know, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy.
All right. Well, I guess that's all I wanted to talk about.
God damn it.
I ain't got time. Let's get to tonight's...
Now that Shannon is depressed.
Now. Jesse, did you get your list done?
I've got 3 movies so far. We'll get there.
We'll do it as we go. So tonight we're continuing the tradition, as we do before every October, of things to experience. It started with watch. It was movies to watch in October, but then everyone but me ran out of horror films. So then it became things to watch in October. And at this point, it's
not true. I have never done anything that's not a movie.
I didn't say.
No, that's not true. I did Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
You did.
My bad. I did Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm sorry.
Therefore. This year it's just stuff to do in October. It could be
media to enjoy.
It could be picking posies. It could be grave robbing, administering medicines to people who aren't sick.
Man, so one thing that I'm doing that I'm super excited about. So for the bachelor party, my brother booked an escape room up in St. Louis the theme of the escape room is haunted hotel.
That sounds fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm a little jealous. I also did an escape room, and it was great. Don't get me wrong. I loved every minute of it. But ours was the bank heist, and I was like, oh, dang, if I had like a haunted themed one, that would have been perfect.
I'm super excited about it.
I am also excited. I am doing an escape room later this year that is themed after the Republican National Party convention. And as the only sane person, I have to escape.
What the fuck, Shannon?
It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But tonight we're talking...
Shannon, you're fine. You're white. Like, you'll blend right in.
Just don't tell them I'm Irish, because that might be a... We might not be okay.
They stopped caring about the Irish years ago. You're fine.
Oh, most of America did. Don't worry.
We're look, we are just fine. Like, we are the correct shade, even though we're Irish. It's okay.
We are like...
Whoa.
What?
You're using that "we're" awful liberally there, friend.
I said we're okay. What are you talking about?
I'm Scottish.
Okay, I wasn't talking about you.
I thought you were using that as a blanket statement.
No, because Lindsay sure is shot.
I'm not Irish.
Lindsay's definitely not Irish.
No.
Yeah.
I'm very much German and English.
So Lindsay's really okay. They might make Lindsay the new queen.
That's a definite possibility.
Yeah. Shelby, what are you?
The palest Italian.
Wait, you're Italian?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jesse, I'm fucking disgusted.
Why do I feel like that's a new comic strip? The Palest Italian.
Well, like it's actually kind of funny if you look at some of her extended family and her sister. It's very funny to see like how different they all look.
That's kind of how. Oh, go ahead.
There's a weird mix of like Scottish Italian in my family, and I very much got the Italian build but the Scottish coloring. And my siblings got the Scottish build with the Italian coloring.
So,
and I was like, we don't look related at all.
So Scottish and Italian, you're a scallion.
Yes.
My dad's side of the family is Native American, and my mother's side is Irish. And you could tell my dad's side is Native American because my dad looked very Native American. I got the nose, and then I got the Irish everything else. So didn't inherit a drinking problem.
Native Americans had a specific kind of nose.
Oh yeah, have you never? Native Americans have. Is this gonna get racist at some point? Because like
it sounds like it already has.
They have higher cheekbones.
Yeah.
Like if you look at like you guys, if you look, your cheekbones kind of sit further down on your cheeks, whereas like with me, they sit up higher, like closer to the eyes.
Are you inferring that you're more Native American than I am? You
Well,
just can't let me have anything, can you?
I know I'm not saying you in particular, just like you weren't saying me in particular was Irish, but
I didn't say anything about anything because I never told you guys this, but I'm also.
I love that we're having this huge conversation over what variety fucking white we are.
Okay, but tell me more about Venn diagrams.
Speaking of white, can we talk about how they made Diglett worse?
Let's talk about.
Lindsay, time out. Is that actually a Diglett?
If you look at this Venn diagram of a Diglett.
It is a regional variant.
Yep.
What happened?
I'll look up New Diglett.
New Diglett.
Wiglet looked like a penis.
That also sounds kind of weird. All right.
No. What made it worse right now is the event in Pokemon Go where you see a shadow of Diglett with a hat on.
That looks like a penis too.
Why is he?
Yeah.
He's a water type. He's wiggly.
What?
My favorite one is where the hands come up, like the hand comes through the ground.
That's very Elden Ringish. That's very scary.
Yeah.
It's very disturbing, is what it is.
Well, it's erotic too in a
He
way.
has hands.
Did I watch this movie?
Very erotic.
No, but I meant to.
You can't do
Yeah, we have
that.
to watch this one.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a terrifying thought. Like if there is no. It's just.
Oh, no, I don't like that picture.
I don't like Wiglet as a whole. All right, so
Same.
let's do it. Let's jump into it. Movies, things to watch and experience this October for spooky season. Let's start with Jesse.
All right.
Jesse's fiance, Shelby.
Oh no! Send that to the group; they'll enjoy it.
Oh no! Okay.
Yes.
And then he did say Jesse's fiance Shelby. So
I
you're actually
did.
starting.
The Italian stallion, Shelby Jackson.
Okay. So the first thing, I want to save one, and I'm really hoping no one takes it from me, because I really want to start with the War of the Worlds, basically the Alien Invasion radio series done by Orson Welles. It's an adaptation of the book done on the radio, and it convinced so many people that there were actually aliens landing and invading on Earth that, like, it caused hysteria. Reading about it is amazing.
You know what's sad is that, like, I know about that, you know about that, and I feel like everyone here knows about it, but there are so many people now growing up that have no idea that happened, and that was such a revolutionary moment in time that Orson Welles trolled the entire world. And he didn't even mean to. It's not like they did it on purpose.
Accident.
Yeah, it was just a stage play. Oh, Lindsay's got it on the tape.
Nice.
Yes, nice.
I've actually got it downloaded on YouTube, and just like as soon as October hits, like I'll be working on something, and I'll just have it playing in my AirPods.
Jesse, will you keep track of these picks, please?
Yeah.
Boy, he doesn't want to.
He's
No, it's because I'm also still trying to get my list going. So
I'll tell you what. You know what?
right.
No, you know what? For this year, I'll take over this time. I'll do it this time.
I've got 8 on my list
Right.
already. I was like, oh shit, I can do this. I'm down.
So
we'll see.
So as far as the math goes, everybody gets 5, and whenever there's one left over, Hunter requests that one of us do that movie. So if no one's picked that movie, I say let that be number 31.
How does everyone get 5 and that equals up to 30?
I'm thinking there were 6 here.
See, it's the spirit.
Everybody needs 6.
It's
So
the
6.
Tanner's doing my kind of math.
It's the spirit of Hunter, that SOB.
See,
All the hunters that aren't on the show are SOBs.
my problem, Shelby, is that we have done this now for 7 years.
Since
Yes.
since 2015.
I saved our list. Hang on.
What I was thinking, 2015 or
7 years.
2016.
We've done it. We've done at
They
least 5 of them, if not 6.
Podzilla.
And-
My
Oh,
previous list.
wait.
saved
Oh yeah, no,
currently.
like
It's
I'm
specific
I'm
to
trying not to repeat.
I think it started in
mine is-
2016.
But yeah, minus your Orson Welles pick, all of those have been picked at
Oh,
some point.
I know they probably were, but I'm just saying, if the one that I absolutely...
Yeah, so we've done 6 because the last one I have saved was 2020. I didn't save the screenshot from last year's.
It's. I don't think it's as big of a deal as it used to be.
You're like,
and
because we
Shelby's-
cannot.
This is Shelby's
Yeah.
first one.
Right, we can't, like, there's no way, like, there's not enough horror content for us to give you
Was it
31
not
new
on
things
last
to
time?
do
There is.
every year.
There is.
Disagree. Well, it also doesn't help that I try to, like, save that content until October so I can enjoy it. Like,
Oh, well, that's what this
during
list is
spooky
for.
season.
This list is specifically for you and Zane Laney. So
Well, I mean,
Big Z.
technically, you could pick stuff off of YouTube, and there's a lot of crazy shit on YouTube now, too. Videos.
I've been on this weird kick of there's a mortician that goes through and talks about like different like massive
Oh,
issues
yes.
and things that have happened, and she's
Yeah.
super interesting.
It's like ask a mortician or something
Yeah.
like that. She's awesome. Yeah.
yeah, I'd love to know more about what's going to happen to me.
oh no, it's about like shipwrecks and weird
Yeah.
murders and
Like, her earlier stuff is like why you should pick cremation over
Yeah.
being buried in a casket, or what happens to your body after you die, or what a mortician does to you, or what you should expect when dealing with a mortician after the death of a loved one, things like that. And she also does like grief counseling, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So she helps you accept it and makes death. She wants to make death more, not like a sad "this is the end" thing, but more of a everyone is going to eventually die, so we want to celebrate their life and we want
Yeah.
to celebrate the things they did rather than just
She-
reading it be sad.
She wants the stigma of it to be.
Yeah, there we go. She wants to remove
Yeah.
the stigma from it.
Nope, I vow to never accept death and never be happy or accepting of it. So that is my promise to you and to her. I will never go. I know I make a lot of jokes, but I will never go, "We death."
yeah, same, actually.
So, nuts to you. Jesse, you go next.
Okay. The next one I'm going to throw out there, because I don't think we, like, unless we talked about it last year, because I don't think we did, Willy's Wonderland with Nick Cage.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love it so much. It's so good.
I don't know if it is, but who gives a shit? Go for it.
Yeah, because I know it came out last year, and I thought we had saved it for spooky season. But yeah, it's the Nick Cage Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and it is so much better than it has any right to be. Like, I had just somehow enjoyed the absolute fuck out of that movie.
We went into it thinking it was going to be the worst thing ever, and by the end of it, I would look at Jesse and I was like, "Is it sad that I really like this?" And he goes, "No, I was thinking the same thing."
It's really good.
I did not enjoy it as much as I wanted to. I still liked it, but something about, especially Nick Cage, the fact that he never spoke a line in the entire film, the fact that this motherfucker there's murders happening by animatronic monsters, and he still feels the need to take his 15-minute break to play pinball.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you watched this without me because I don't recall any of this.
Bob and I watched it when we were at LaCroix. You did not come down for it. No.
It's very, very fun.
I love the fact that it legitimately follows almost like the Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay, because your character doesn't speak in Five Nights. You get read to, like, your boss leaves you cassettes to listen to, recordings of, like, how to do your job and everything, and then that's just your job to stop the animatronics from getting at you in the room.
Sure.
The only difference in the movie is, like, you're not sitting in a room watching them, you're not security, you're trying to clean up this place, and shit's going down, but he's still doing the job that's been given to him.
And also, if I remember correctly, it has a supernatural twist as opposed to... Well, I don't know. Is Five Nights at Freddy's supernatural? I never got into the series.
Yeah, well, kind of, sort of.
Definitely, I would say.
Because, like, in Five Nights, the whole reason everything went down is, like, the guy who made the animatronics was either trying to bring his son or daughter back to life or something like that, or trying to preserve their spirit because something happened. I believe, I don't remember exactly, I never got too deep into the lore, but I did watch a couple videos on, like, what the fuck was going on. And then it just kind of spiraled wildly out of control from there. And so all the children that they took in and killed became the new animatronics.
That same old story from Hollywood. God. Anyway, yes.
Classic.
Harvesting child souls.
Willie sees one...
Who was it?
Willisey. It's Willisey's Wonderland.
Willisey.
Starring Viola Davis. I don't know. All right, let's go to Tanner.
For my first one, I'm going to go with Prey from 2022.
Ooh, you know what? I almost put that on my
That
list.
was good.
I almost put it on my list, but I hesitated. I'm glad I hesitated.
It is the best Predator movie, and I don't care what Shannon's going to say.
No, you're right. It is
haven't
the
seen the
second.
rest of them.
It is the
It was
second
really,
best
really
Predator
good.
actually
movie.
I have watched most of them now.
Look, I mean, I wouldn't
still don't like
argue.
the first one.
I wouldn't argue with you on whether or not it's the best or not, because I think it was the most competent Predator movie. I
Yes.
do. But I still, in my heart of hearts, find the first one more fun just because I love that 80s big muscle bravado. Jesse, Tanner, the body, the muscle mass alone. Jesse the Body Ventura, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers.
I like how you bring him up first, knowing that he's the reason I probably dislike the movie the most.
What, Jesse Ventura?
Yes.
Well, you got time
Why?
to bleed?
He's in it.
Jesse
He's in
the
it
Body
for all
Ventura.
of like 15 fucking minutes.
And when he's on
he
screen,
has, like, he
he's
throws
a goddamn
phenomenal
sexual
one-liners.
tyrannosaur. Yeah.
That's right. He throws out some phenomenal one-liners and then he dies.
That's the best part of the movie.
No, the best part of the movie is before you know it's going to be a horror film, when Arnold throws the machete through the guy and sticks it to the wall, and he goes, "Stick around." God damn. Anyway, we're not here to debate the first Predator film. Let's talk about Prey. Prey was a fantastic movie, and I am shocked and appalled that it didn't go to theater. I'm glad it went to Hulu, but at the same time,
Yes.
it deserved to go to theater.
Yeah. I mean, how many times are we seeing that now where you see these direct-to streaming service movies that really deserved a theater run?
And you ask yourself, who's to blame? Is it because the theater system is dying? Is it because of COVID? I don't know. But either way, I got to watch Prey and not spend $30 on it. So, yeah.
I ain't mad about it. That movie was fantastic.
It was. It really was, and I'm waiting for the sequel. I hope that...
Yeah, that's one of those movies that I plan on watching in October.
So you haven't seen it yet?
Nope.
Okay, then won't spoil anything, but yeah, really, really good. and it really saved, because no matter what you say about the first film, Tanner, the first one is a classic. It's iconic. The second one,
I agree.
The second
one's better.
It's really good, underrated. The third one with Adrian Brody, pretty good, still pretty good. The last one, it is an abortion of entertainment, and it's outlawed in most states. So,
Jesus Christ, Shannon.
Let's go on to. I guess it would be me. All right. Oh wait, I gotta write down Tanner's real quick. Prey. Okay. My first pick. I just watched it a couple of weeks ago. I have talked about this show on the podcast before because I love the show. There's a show called Kingdom. That is a Korean drama. It's a historical drama with zombies, and it's fantastic. Well, they put a movie out last year called Kingdom Ashen of the North, and it is a prequel story, and it explains one of the characters you see at the very end of the second season of the series, and it gives her a backstory to set up what I now know is going to be the third season coming to Netflix. I'm so excited. I don't know how to describe it other than there's this girl, her family gets fucked over, she gets taken in by these soldiers during this war in Korea, and she finds out she's been kind of misled and fucked over since the beginning. She's molested, she's tortured by these people who said they're helping her, and then zombies come, and then I don't want to spoil it. It's brutal. If you like a good revenge story with zombies, you're gonna love it. It is called Kingdom Ashen of the North. It's based on a webtoon. I don't know what that means, but make sure you watch it, and also watch the series Kingdom on Netflix. It's fantastic. I love it.
Webtoons are online comics that are free.
Oh, well, hey, go read the comic too. Why not? Fuck it. All right, Lindsay, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna start things off with season 4 of Stranger Things.
The whole season.
And if you haven't watched any of Stranger Things, then just watch it from the very beginning.
I think we've put Stranger Things on here before, haven't we? So, have we?
We have.
Okay.
Yeah, we've definitely talked about it before.
Yeah,
but at this point, like, I think everybody that wants to see Stranger Things has been watching Stranger Things because, like, damn, that show is fantastic. I love that show.
I really enjoyed season 4. Other than the sporadic length of the episodes made it a little difficult. But at the end of each episode, I just wanted to keep going, even if I had already been sitting there for 4 hours.
What's that, Shelby?
I was going to say, the first couple episodes of season 4 kind of drug on for me. I was like, this is a lot of exposition for saying we already know who these people are. Let's get into the thing we know is going to happen.
My only problem with Stranger Things, and I have not watched season 4, but at some point you get to me, I call it like the Die Hard syndrome, where it's like, how many times can something happen to the same people? Like, how many times can John McClane have something fucked up happen with him?
Here's the thing, though. Season 4 kind of ties it all together about why it's been happening to these people.
Which is good. I haven't watched it yet. I'm hoping to see how it all comes together. I think it's a fantastic series. I'm just not in I don't have an urgency to watch it, but I know it's good. And apparently there's a guy on there named Eddie Munster. That's fantastic. I think his name's Eddie Munster. I may be wrong about that.
His name is Eddie.
Eddie's fine. All right, let's go back to Jess's fiance, Shelby.
I'm going to say this one now because I'm afraid it's going to be taken. Beetlejuice! I always watch it every year, regardless of whether or not it's October, but especially in October. It's the best. I love it. It's everything I want to see in a ghost movie.
The better question is how much have you spent on Beetlejuice merchandise at Spirit Halloween already?
$60?
Oh, that's it?
Not terrible.
She's got me.
She got this dope
but
ass.
But it was on one thing.
Yeah, there's this dope ass sign.
Hang on.
Grabbed.
Is it the light up Beetlejuice marquee?
Yes. Hold on, let me turn it on.
Oh, she's turning it on, ladies and gentlemen.
That should be hung up on the wall for the... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey,
Nice.
Beetlegeist.
Yeah. I have a little shelf right over here that's going to have all my Beetlejuice stuff on it, and this is going to be hanging over it, pointing down to the shelf.
I still have not been to Spirit Halloween, and I'm disappointed in myself.
Oh, wait. I did buy something else, but it wasn't from Spirit. I did find a ramen bowl that was Beetlejuice themed, and it says Ghost with the Most and has a sandworm on it, and it was $10, so technically $70, but it wasn't all at Spirit.
Tanner, every time I find out new things about you, I'm disappointed. You're like the Spirit Halloween dude. That's like your thing.
I know.
He was so excited for it, posted in the group chat and everything. Like,
well, I'll say something controversial right now. Tanner disagrees with me with. I like Andor. It's grown on me.
I don't disagree with you. I couldn't.
So as a side note, Lindsay and I watched the first 2 episodes, and I was very like, I mean, it seems okay. But then by the time episode 3 was over, I was sold. I became a fan of it. Now I'm anxiously awaiting. They took the least interesting Star Wars character.
They put the first 3 episodes up.
Yeah.
To make you want to watch through all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Shelby still needs to see Rogue One.
Oh.
And then we're gonna watch it. Then we're gonna start on
maybe
Andor.
It'll hit her different if she watches this and then Rogue One.
No.
Ooh.
No.
I mean, that may be fair.
No, because Cassian and Andor is
purposely had a friend during the prequel era that she hadn't watched the original ones because she wanted to watch 1 through 6 in that order. So she had Star Wars hit her a little different than the way most of us had it.
Yeah, you take a fucking day and watch all Star Wars related media and see where you land. Every show, every movie in alphabet.
I would totally do that, but you can't do it all in one day.
Well, then don't fucking run your mouth if you can't do it in one day, because there are people out there doing it right now. Anyway, I have no idea what that means. Let's go back to Jesse. I don't know what it means, guys. My blood pressure is. I've tapped out. I'm
off the charts.
I'm literally fucking dying. So I don't know what you want from me, Jesse.
All right, my next one I'm gonna do
next year. Next October, it's going to be a live seance for me. That's the special.
No. All right, the next one I'm going to do Old.
Yeah,
it's just the name of the film is Old. It's
Shyamalan.
The short. I think it's either on Hulu or Netflix. Is where I watched it. But yeah, basically this group of people, they're on vacation. They go to this island. And their age is rapidly accelerating, or their aging is rapidly accelerated.
Right.
And it's pretty good. It's a fun watch. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
It was kind of disturbing.
Yeah, well,
I'm just.
there were more than a few things that were pretty fucking disturbing in the movie. I will agree with that.
I'm just happy Jesse has forgiven M. Night Shyamalan for what he did to him with.
I have not forgiven him,
Avatar.
and I will never forgive him. I watched the movie. It's based on a different comic book.
But he still directed it.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. It's fine. It was... Look.
Hey, man, I'm on your side, brother. All right, let's go. Let's go to Tanner.
Let's see. Next, I'm going to a podcast forum. I'm going to the Bridgewater podcast from Aaron Mankey's Grim and Mild. For me and Hunter, this is kind of the inspiration for this.
Can you say that one more time so I can get that?
Bridgewater.
BRI.
Yeah, all one word. It's a scripted show from Aaron Mankey's Grim and Mild that me and Hunter kind of got the idea for our scripted show coming up this month. So it's really good. Very horror and paranormal themed, with a great cast, including Nathan Fillion.
Who you can also see in the new TV show, The Rookie.
Yeah.
I don't think that's new anymore, is it? Like, that show started in, 2018.
Oh, I just saw an ad for it for the first time. It's new to me. It's like NBC must see TV. Yeah, it's new to me.
It's also got Will Wheaton in it, too, so go check that out.
The Rookie or Bridgewater?
The Bridgewater.
Okay, that is a podcast.
That is a podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast at.
As you can this podcast. Tell your friends.
As you can this one.
Yeah. My next pick, I just watched this a couple days ago. It's on Shudder. It is. It's not perfect, I will say that, but I really enjoyed it, and for what it was, I found it very interesting. It's called Raven's Hollow. Raven's Hollow is the story of Edgar Allan Poe as a young man with his...
I heard about that. I want to see that.
Yeah, he and his military friends, they're all in the military, and they're coming back from training when they stumble across a man who is tied up to some kind of very evil-looking altar, and he's gutted. And as Poe asks him what happened, the guy just tells him the Raven, and they wind up in Raven's Hollow with this body, and then they're trying to find out who killed him. I don't want to say anything else about it. I love the little things they threw in there. that tie to the Edgar Allan Poe like stories. Like there's a woman who is lost named Lenore. One of the characters in the movie is named Usher. It's just there's a lot of stuff that ties into the mythology of Edgar Allan Poe. I will say this because if you're like me, you watch the trailer and you're asking yourself, is this supernatural? Because they don't really say. And I thought to myself, okay, is it supernatural? Is this going to be a murder mystery? I'm just going to say it now so you don't have to worry about it. It is supernatural. Because you think it's based on Edgar Allan Poe, and so it's going to be like historically accurate. If this is historically accurate, someone was on fucking opium, and it wasn't just Edgar Allan Poe. And you'll see what I mean when you see.
He was a drunk, sir.
Not yet in this film. In this film, so basically in the movie, he's kind of like. Do you remember that movie, that show, The Mentalist, and that era of like the detectives that just was like super smart and could tell everything? That's what Poe is. That's what Poe is in the beginning. He's like this super smart, really attentive, almost like detective who's trying to unravel this mystery. But as it goes on and shit gets more fucked up, he slowly unravels. And you see him go from this like super, like almost boring personality. He never shows emotion. He's very like clear cut. And then by the end of it, he is screaming and he's just a mess. It's pretty good. So yeah, Raven's Hollow, it's on Shudder. I've always said this, if you don't have Shudder, you need it, especially in October. It's fantastic. Lindsay.
I am gonna go for an older dive this time. I have been rewatching seaQuest because I'm a nerd. And season 1, episode 9 of seaQuest is Night of Shadows. It is basically a Halloween episode where they come across a sunken ship that has pockets of air, and they go in to investigate because they're seeing lights on in a ship that has been sunk for well over 100 years.
And I like those ghost stories. I like when shows that don't have anything supernatural have the Halloween episode. Quantum Leap did the same thing. Spoiler alert, probably. It's always fun. And when Lindsay told me this earlier, I did not know that seaQuest did an episode like that. I admittedly didn't watch a lot of seaQuest.
It's one of the episodes that always stuck with me, too. And it was one of my mom's favorites. Like, I remember we used to weekly tape it when it aired. And every now and again, just randomly, she'd go dig through the tapes. She'd be like, which one has that ghost ship episode? I want to watch this.
And there's nothing scary. To me, one of the scariest things is like a ghost ship. That has always creeped me out. The only thing scarier than a ghost ship is the current Republican Party. Let's go back to Shelby.
I'm going to say Army of Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so ridiculous and over the top, and I love everything about it.
So we've had that on here before, but only as the trilogy. I don't think we ever did the individual films. We had one year that just said the Evil Dead trilogy. So I think talking about Army of Darkness separately is important because it is the most batshit insane one of the trilogy.
That was what got me into it because that was the first one I'd seen from any of them. And I remember just being a little kid running around my backyard with a stick yelling, "This is my boomstick." And my dad was like, "Yep, that's my kid. My kid just watched a weird movie, and now she has a chainsaw arm and a shotgun. It's great."
I'll never my favorite part of that movie when the fucking skeleton is just playing the flute as they're marching. So many questions about that. And the part where they're blowing the skeletons up and then one just goes, "Let's get the hell out of here," and they just start running. That always makes me laugh. Yeah.
One of my favorite parts is like when he falls down in the graveyard as he's going to get the book, and they're just like putting their fingers in his eyes and just
and like pulling his mouth to the side. Yeah. It's so fucking goofy because I watched the first one I ever watched was the Evil Dead 2. And that's everyone's favorite because it's probably the best. But I watched Evil Dead 2, and then I watched the first Evil Dead. Then I watched Army of Darkness, and like what a different series of films if you watch it like that. Oh God, I'll never forget in Pulaski Video Store there used to be a big Army of Darkness standee, and I'll never forget that tagline of what was it? Trapped in time, surrounded by evil, low on gas. Never forget it. I love that. That's such a good fucking movie. And Bruce Campbell is the GOAT for sure.
I love some Bruce Campbell.
Did Kirk Water tell you about that cardboard cutout?
Kirk Water? Well, shit. I should have asked Kirk if I could have had that. I would have loved to have that. I would have given that to Shelby as a wedding present.
I would have loved that.
So yeah, Army of Darkness, fantastic. Jesse.
All right, my next one we're gonna do Choose or Die.
Still haven't watched that.
It's a new one on Netflix where basically it's a computer game sort of where you log in and it just tells you, choose or die, and you have to choose something horrific to happen, or you die. And
oh boy,
it's pretty straightforward.
Very straightforward concept. It's an enjoyable movie. I'm not gonna say it's like phenomenal, but it's absolutely worth watching.
Well, one thing that I've discovered when it comes to horror films is they don't have to be like Citizen Kane. They just have to be fun. Horror is supposed to be, it's either supposed to scare the shit out of you or be fun. It got to be somewhere in that realm.
And I think this one it's in that like fun side of it where like there are some pretty like grotesque scenes in it. But like not very many. It's mostly just like it's fun, kind of creepy, kind of fun. Like I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I still need to watch that. Tanner.
Oh, sorry about that. So I'm a huge fan of the Tremor series.
Hell yeah.
All the way through. So I am picking the last one, Tremors 7, Shrieker Island. Mainly because it was a sad one, and I don't want to get into why it was sad because it spoils the movie, but it was a good one.
Is it Bert?
Yes.
Oh, no, man, come on. I mean, I guess after fucking 6 sequels, you gotta let him go.
So it was good though. It was.
Jamie Kennedy's not in it, is he?
Nope.
Good.
John Heater is though.
I do like John Heater. He was, for those of you out there who are going, who? He was Napoleon Dynamite. Just for the record.
And he was in Blades of Glory.
More importantly, he was in Benchwarmers.
No, I think more importantly, he was in Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tanner, I stopped watching. I haven't seen whichever was they went to like the Arctic. Or am I crazy? Was that one?
That was 6. Yeah.
I haven't seen
with Jamie Kennedy.
Okay, I haven't seen either of those two, but I love the original Tremors movies. And did you know there was a show?
Yep.
Which didn't go anywhere somehow.
Nope.
I don't know.
And that's what introduced me to the track. Because I remember watching the show. I think it was on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, I think so.
And like me and Dad would watch it, and he goes, "This is based off of a movie, right?" I'm like, "Well, let's watch that." And we did.
Kevin Bacon, Fred. Oh God, he passed away not too long ago. Not Fred Willard, because Fred Willard was a different guy. I'm gonna look it up. I feel terrible that I forget the guy's name, but I'm not feeling my best right now. As everyone
Fred
knows.
Ward.
Fred Ward. That's it. You got it. Yep. Yeah. Really good movie. And then the second one was also really good. And then they just got weird.
Wait, time out. We just passed over the fact that Reba McEntire was in that movie.
She was, as a gun crazy. Oh, she'd fit right in with the Republican Party now. Gun-toting liberal monsters coming after me.
So would Bert. And then Grandpa from the Three Ninjas.
Yeah. Goddamn. All right, let's move on. Hold on, I forgot to write that down. Tremors Ass Blasters.
No.
I don't think that's the title.
I mean, that is what one of them are called, but that's Shrieker Island.
That's what one of them are. They're ass blasters.
Are you serious?
That's the ones that fly.
Yeah, so they go Graboids, Shriekers, Ass Blasters.
Yep.
Somebody just wanted to have the title Ass Blasters out there.
They wanted to take it back from the porn community because they had it for far too long.
So anyway, they just started blasting.
They started blasting asses. All right, my my next one. I do this every year. I put one on there that's just so heavy. It's not meant to scare you nor entertain you. It's meant to break your spirit in every way. And I got another one this year. Last year it was The Dark and the Wicked, I think it was called. This year it's What Josiah Saw. Oh boy, what Josiah saw.
Josiah see.
I can't tell you because it would spoil the movie. But basically, it is about a broken family after the. I don't even want to say this, even though it's like the first 5 minutes of the movie. The mother hangs herself in the tree out in the front yard, and the family is broken. It's 2 brothers and a sister, and their father, played by Robert Patrick. And it goes person by person, years later, what each of them are doing and how they all find themselves back together again at the property. And I don't want to say too much, but it is depressing. It's again, I do this every year. Last year was The Dark and the Wicked. I think a couple years ago it was 1922. I think was what it was called. It was a Stephen King film with Thomas Jane. There are some horror films that are just legitimately soul-sucking, but it's so good. And What Josiah Saw is one of those. There is one scene in particular that it's not scary, but it is so fucking disturbing. And if you've seen the movie right now, you're nodding. You're going, yes, I know exactly what scene you're talking about. It is so fucking disturbing. I was uncomfortable. I have seen a million horror films. Nothing really makes me uncomfortable. This made me uncomfortable. So the movie, What Josiah Saw, it's on Shudder. Again, Shudder is a godsend for horror. And it is amazing. So check that out. All right, let's go back to Lindsay. Lindsay.
So in other words, I'm not going to be watching the choice that you just made.
No, you know what? I think you would like it. When I say it's disturbing, it's not bloody, it's not gory. No one dies. It's just a scene that is, it's just fucked up. Like, you're watching it going, is this actually happening? Like, this is so weird. But I think you would like it. I think you would like it. It is a southern, like, gothic horror film. It's really good.
Okay. Well, as Shannon had said, spoiler alert, yes, I do have the Quantum Leap Halloween episode also. Granted, this is original run of Quantum Leap, not the current one that's running. It was season 3, episode 5. It's called The Boogeyman, where Sam leaps into a horror author, and as he is there, deaths just keep happening all around him and then popping up in the writing of the book that is currently being made.
Is this the one with the goat?
Yes.
Okay, because that's the thing I remember the most about that episode is he's dancing with that fucking goat in like the stormy castle. And like, am I right? Or
no, you're thinking of a different one. There is a goat in this episode, but they're not dancing with it.
Oh, okay. Well, I need to know which one that is.
You're thinking of the episode where there's a cult that they all think they're vampires, but they're not.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Is that on your list? That's a good one too.
No, it's not. I couldn't find the exact episode of that one, but this one was a good one. It's a mix of bad luck and a little bit of paranormal mixed in, and then the fun joke at the end is that a kid that's helping him out with their Halloween party, little Steven, his mom comes and picks him up, and they say, "Bye, Mrs. King."
I like when they did a similar thing on Code Monkeys, where he sold his ticket to E.T. to a young M. Night Shyamalan. It's so fucking silly. Anyway, Code Monkeys like you, Shelby. Go ahead.
I really liked Code Monkeys.
I also liked Code Monkeys. I love you, whores.
I love you, whores. I'm gonna go with Ju-on, the original Grudge. So it's what the Grudge was based off of, and it's actually a lot scarier, and it has a little bit more, like, some of the things make more sense. Like, this random white girl isn't in Japan for some stupid reason. And
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Listen.
You put some respect on Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. She seems very out of place and just very much like they just needed her in the movie. Like,
so did I.
They were just like, yeah, no, hey, there's a name people know. Let's throw her in here.
All right. I have to say this before you tell me about Ju-on, because I really love Ju-on as well. I have Ju-on and The Grudge both on Blu-ray, I think, because I love them both. But I really did like The Grudge. It's one of my favorite horror films. Yeah, so I like The Grudge. So just want to throw that out there. We're not dissing The Grudge. You're just saying Ju-on is better.
Yes. I just think the story is more, there's more to the actual mythos behind the actual entity that's haunting the place and the girl and everything. Like, I don't know, it just feels more like it's oddly fleshed out for a ghost story.
Can you make the noise? Yeah.
I can, and then it makes
my mic won't pick it up.
Tanner's did.
Yours sounded like a belch.
It's not.
The ghost is full.
That fucking movie. When I saw The Grudge in theater, I think I've told the story. I don't know if you ever heard this story. So I watched it. I was gonna go watch The Grudge with Bob, but Bob decided instead to go get high with a bunch of friends. So that's cool. So I went to The Grudge by myself. It was like the first movie I ever watched on my own. And as soon as we get in there, like this dude walks in and he looks at all the people in there and he just yells out, "God damn, this motherfucker's thick," and really set the pace for the film, if you know what I mean. So he sits down and I hear him talking, and this old woman behind him says, "Could you please be quiet?" And he just goes, "Suck my dick, bitch." Like, holy shit.
I'll never get tired of that
also
story.
Also, the guy that's like, can't read that.
Yeah, they're watching it. No, that was a different film. That was House of Flying Daggers. Yeah, apparently people go into Asian films not expecting to have to read Japanese or subtitles. Who would have thought? Anyway, did you watch? Did you? Okay. Have you seen the Ju-on series that's on Netflix?
No.
Yeah, it's from last year or maybe this year. It is a prequel series that shows what happened that led to the haunting.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I feel like I would be less interested in that.
I feel like we're gonna end up watching it.
It's only like 3 episodes. It's not super long, and it's more of a drama. But that's
why I would. Yeah.
I watched the first episode. It was good. Nothing scary happened, but it was good, and you could tell some fucked up shit's about to happen. That's the important thing.
Wait, is that? No, I don't think it's the same one. It's not about the pregnant woman, is it?
I didn't see a pregnant woman yet. So
okay,
no.
It's a different series. Yeah. And there was another series I watched, and it was fucking batshit weird, but it kind of gave me Grudge vibes with some of the stuff that was going on. I was like, did I accidentally watch this not knowing what I was getting into? But no, that's a different thing.
Did I write this series in my head and not realize it? I don't know.
Am I the ghost?
Am I the Grudge? Jesse.
I was the Grudge the whole time.
You were the Grudge the whole time. Jesse, you're marrying the Grudge.
Oh, that's all right.
All right. And the little naked Japanese boy always bothered me.
Cat.
Yes.
That's a sentence you probably shouldn't have said out loud on a podcast.
Jesse, please, for fuck's sake.
No, they won't randomly click through and only hear that part. Of course, they listen from the very beginning.
Yeah, last year's Freaky starring oh god, what the fuck is
Vince
that
Vaughn.
dude's name?
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. That's the one. He bodies like he is a Mike Myers-esque slasher, and he swaps bodies with the popular chick at the local school. And it's a very, very fun movie. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
It's one of those movies that turns the old it turns it on its head. Now, you know what I mean? Like, you're still got the pretty girl being chased by the killer, except the pretty girl is the killer, and Vince Vaughn is now the pretty girl.
And yeah, Vince Vaughn knocks that performance out of the park. Like, it's so good. Like, I really, really enjoyed that movie.
Well, you could tell he's having a lot of fun with it.
Oh, yeah.
That's
100%.
Again, that's the big thing with horror films, I think, is that if it's not super scary, it needs to be fun. You need to look like you're having fun with it. That's why I liked Happy Death Day so much, and Happy Death Day to You.
Oh god, those movies are incredible.
Yeah, they're just fun.
They're legitimately 2 of my favorite horror movies.
All right, Tanner, what do you got?
I am going to go with... Okay, so here's a question for you. Can I include a game if I wanted to?
You know what? Go ahead. We're open this year.
The Blair Witch game, the newer one that's on Xbox and PlayStation and PC.
But you're going to talk about a game and you're not going to do Phasmophobia?
We've talked about... They've watched us play Phasmophobia enough. But I need more people to play this Blair Witch game on the odd chance that there could be a sequel.
What system did you play it on? Xbox?
Xbox and PC.
Okay, I'm just gonna put Xbox P. Well, it's on all systems. I'm just putting game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really great. It's in that found footage style, like you're walking around as if you're or not a camper, but as you're the officer out looking for a kid, and occasionally you have to use a camcorder that you find in the middle of the woods. So that's pretty cool. It's really fun.
I'm sorry. I like the idea that you play the camera and you can't actually do anything.
I wasn't gonna say camera. I almost called him a camper.
Oh, okay. That'd be less fun. I just want to press start, and then you have to sit there and wait for someone to pick you up and walk you around. It's like an on-rail shooter, except you're a camera. And then there's a bonus part later. It's DLC where your parents use the camera in the bedroom and you just have to sit there and watch it. Anyway.
Oh no.
I guess I'm gonna go on to my next pick. Hunter didn't send his list in, did he?
He sent one movie in and I got it.
Which one? Tanner, can you just tell me what it is real quick so I don't make sure I don't steal it? Send it to me in the old chat, in the old Facebook chat real quick, so I want to make sure I don't steal this.
Okay, hang on.
Okay.
I hope it's your next pick.
I mean, it's the one that he like skipped another show to go see in theaters, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Never mind. That's not that. My next pick, and I'm surprised no one else even thought of this yet, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I thought about it, but I wasn't going to take that from you.
I wasn't going to take it.
I assumed Hunter was going to be on, and anything Ghostbusters themes was going to be on his list.
Well, Ghostbuster and I, we share a Hunter and I share a very big love of Ghostbusters, so it could have gone either way with us. And we've talked about Ghostbusters on here before. I don't think much needs to be said about it. If you're a Ghostbusters fan, it's the sequel you always waited for. If you're not into Ghostbusters, it's a nice modern story that will appeal to the kids. But I still think you should go watch the old ones to really get the emotional context of the movie. Because if you just watch this one and you don't watch the previous ones, you can. They explain everything, but you're really missing the gut punch to the heart, however that works. So I almost didn't put this movie on my list because I have so many actual horror films on here. But Ghostbusters Afterlife, it's got ghosts, it's got monsters, it's a good fucking movie, and it's probably my favorite movie of the last 10 years. So it's got to be on there. Ghostbusters Afterlife, fantastic. It's
a very, very good film.
It is. I cry every time I watch it, and I will never not cry. The moment I stop crying when I watch the film, the pills have just taken away. You probably laughed at me crying.
I don't know. I remember you tearing up a little bit because we watched it with Shannon.
Yeah, I got like sentimental, but I don't think I cried. Not like, oh god, there's some movies that Jesse makes me watch, and I'm just fucking ugly crying so hard. And I'm like, why did you do this to me?
Don't ever let him put on Scrubs.
How to Save a Life.
He regularly watches it.
Yeah, I mean, Scrubs is one of those shows like I throw it on in the background a lot.
He's sleeping. He's taking a nap on the couch, and I'm sitting there like across his legs watching it as I'm drawing.
Well, as soon as you see Brendan Fraser, get the fuck out.
That is the hardest. Ben is the hardest character to lose.
I don't watch those particular movies or TV shows. I did have somebody in my life that made me watch the most. You know those like teenage. I forget the dude's name. Hunter knows his name because he's an author. He wrote all these books, and they're all, what was it called? The Fault in Our Stars, stuff like that. And you go into these movies thinking, oh my god, this is some fucking dramatic tween bullshit. I'm not going to care. And then I have to pause the movie halfway through because I'm crying, and I feel like a complete idiot because I'm 64 and I'm crying over this.
I'm breaking down.
Hold on. Hold on. All right, Lindsay, I'm breaking down.
I know.
Wait, Lindsay, hold on.
What?
Hold on, I'm breaking down. just give me a minute. All right, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Let me know when I can continue.
All right,
here we go.
Because I'm going to use the one that you told me I can use since we actually went to see it together.
Yeah.
And that is Nope.
I loved Nope.
I want to see it.
I want to see it real bad.
It was really good.
We missed it in theaters.
Man, when Nope showed up in that movie, it was insane.
Nope was my favorite horror character of the past 5 or 6 years, honestly. Nope. The casting for Nope was perfect. I'll never get tired of that joke, but Nope is a good movie. Jordan Peele is a great horror director. This movie was just really good on all fronts. And
I liked the slight twists with it too that I wasn't expecting.
Also, the it's not named Nope, it's named Jean Jacket. Literally, I'm not making that up. You'll know it when you watch the movie. That movie has one of the most traumatizing horror movie moments I've seen since Hereditary. It will.
Oh shit!
Yeah, there is a part in there. I can't spoil anything, but it'll fuck you up. And the movie's not what you think it is. So Nope.
I must have blocked it out.
No, you were doing that thing you do where you put your hands on both sides of the chair and you like scrunch back in your seat. You look to one side with one eye sort of open looking. Like you did the entirety of that movie of, what was it called? Underwater?
Oh, that was just me being extremely claustrophobic.
Yeah, that's what this was.
Yeah, Shelby's not going to watch a movie called Underwater.
This part that I'm talking about
in
Nope was
Underwater
extremely
was really
claustrophobic.
Good, but I was very unsettled.
Everything unsettles you.
That's not entirely true.
Not entirely wrong either.
Shelby.
I'm going to go with Silence of the Lambs.
The only horror film to ever win Best Picture. And they did it by not calling it a horror film.
That's one of the few horror films I actually watched before I moved out here.
Coward.
I really like it. It's one of the ones that me and my mom used to watch all the time. Because my mom apparently is the reason that I'm weird. Which, if anyone knows my mom, you understand.
I can confirm this.
What about any of the sequels or prequels? Did you ever watch those? Red Dragon.
I watched. I watched Red Dragon, and that was interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike it, but it wasn't one of my favorites. It was just really weird. And then the series on, I think it was Netflix that did the series.
NBC.
NBC, yeah.
NBC. Mads Mikkelsen.
That was a good series.
Canceled before its time. One of those kind of movie shows. Yeah, it was really, really good. Silence of the Lambs was one of my favorite movies growing up, and I didn't even think of it as a horror film. I always thought horror films had to be monsters. If it's not monsters, it's not a horror film. But no, people are the scariest monster, as they said in The Scary Door.
I heard that in Supernatural.
And it's absolutely true. Buffalo
and in a
Bill.
bunch of other places.
Yeah. Like Fox News. All right, let's go on to Jesse.
All right, my last one, because I don't remember if we ever brought this up
one?
on any of the shows. This is 5, isn't it? Oh shit! No, there's 6. I gotta come up with another
by
one.
days, not by quantity.
Yeah, my bad. I was by habit, so I gotta find another one before the next one around. That's fine, easy to do. I'm gonna go with The Fly.
Oh,
David Cronenberg's 1986 remake. Because I don't think we've ever brought that one up, and I just rewatched it recently.
What did you? Was it at work?
Yeah.
I'm sad. I like that movie.
that shit is gross.
It is so
the
gross.
fingernail scene is the fucking most uncomfortable.
Pops it
thing.
into the mirror. Yeah, no, it's one of those like those that don't know this about me, like one of the few things that really like get to me is like that body horror stuff. And Cronenberg was the master of body horror.
I say, why the fuck you watching a Cronenberg film?
Because sometimes
to watch stuff like that.
Because sometimes I want something to really get to me like that, and so yeah, like it's. I don't know if
Jesse just wants to be a freak.
Ooh, I don't like how you said that or that sentence really. But anyway,
into the mic, really
it's a really good movie. Like it's fun to watch. Like man, it will gross you out. Like it is. The practical effects in that movie are insane.
Yeah, it's the 80s. They were always best in the 80s. If you like Cronenberg, he did just come out with a film this year. I haven't seen it yet, called Crimes of the Future. And it is also body horror. So there you go, buddy. I also recommend, he did one of my favorites. He actually acted in a film in the 90s called Nightbreed. He was the bad guy. He was this like doctor, and he wore this mask with button eyes. He was fucking great. He's a good actor too. So he's not just a great director. But yeah, Crimes of the Future, I think you would want to check that out. Let's go to Tanner.
I will do this.
I'm gonna go with a fan film. It can be found on YouTube, but it's called let's see, what was it? I know what it is, but the actual title of it that they came up with was Never Hike Alone. As many fans of Podzilla know, Shannon and I, one of our favorite genres of horror film is found footage.
It's true.
My favorite horror movie series is Friday the 13th.
That's true.
Imagine what happens when they combine those two.
Hold on. You need to do this in a more like romantic comedy tone. What happens when Tanner's favorite genre? Anyway. Yeah, I'm looking at the cover for it right now, and is this? So this is just a fan film for Friday the 13th, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. They ended up raising like $19,000 to make the film, so a little bit of it, there was some production value that went into it. It was pretty good.
Hold on. So the guy that wrote Friday the 13th wrote this, or is it just based on his?
It's based on his.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it right now and it says written by Sean Cunningham, and I was like, no, that can't be, and it's the same dude.
Hang on, let me look. I don't think so, but.
Because if that's true, then
it's just another Sean Cunningham. He just happens to have the same first and last name.
That would be pretty fucking funny. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything about him on here.
Yeah, I'm looking at the wiki for it right now too, and it says written by Vincent DeSanti, Sean Cunningham, Ron Kurtz, and Victor Miller. But it could be one of those things where it's like based on characters.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, because Victor Miller is. So Victor Miller and Sean Cunningham are the whole reason why we haven't gotten a new Friday the 13th film. Those two assholes.
Yeah, because that's the big fight, right?
Yeah, it's over now.
Right. I'll have to check that out. That does sound interesting.
I can believe it. I can believe it if Sean Cunningham has something to do with it, because before the lawsuit happened, there was a found footage style Friday the 13th in the making.
I remember that. I was excited for that. So yeah, I'll have to check that out. Since we're doing all right, so this is a weird one. I'm gonna put this on here though. I debated it. I'm gonna do it. My next pick is a movie called 100 Monsters. It's from 1968. I saw this, and I think I sent the box art to the group chat once, and everyone kind of made fun of the umbrella monster, and for good reason. It looks ridiculous. Let me find the cover for this, and I'll send it to you. Well, I can't find the cover that I saw, but this is the Japanese cover for it. I saw the cover that had this, and I was like, what the fuck film is this? And so I ended up watching it. It was on Shudder. There's actually 3 of them. It's this whole yokai series that this one company did. And it's these same monsters. All of these monsters are like mythological Japanese monsters. You have the long neck woman, there's the little umbrella dude, there's the kappa, stuff like that. There's 3 of them. There's 100 monsters. One that's very uncomfortably named Spook Warfare. I don't like that one. And I forget what the third one is. I think
Spook Warfare.
I think the third one's called like To Walk with Ghosts or something like that. But this one is about this village. There's this magistrate who's crooked. They're trying to save their village as he's taking it over, and there's like a resistance to him. One of the people who is like beloved in the town is murdered by the Japanese gangsters, again during the samurai era, and these monsters basically come out for revenge against these people. And it really blew me away how good the special effects were for it. These are all practical effects in 1968 in this Japanese film. I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. It's old, but it's this old, like, it's an old samurai film with weird monsters. I really, really liked it. Shelby, I feel like you would either love it or be bored of it, but you would love the designs. So, it's on Shudder.
I think I saw another thing very similar to this. It may just have a different premise to the storyline, but it covers all the Japanese monsters like that. And a lot of them are just like the spirits that inhabit objects. So that's what like the umbrella monster and stuff are.
So they did not a remake, but I think it was Takashi Miike did a movie a couple years ago that was basically a remake of, I think, Spook Warfare, but they kind of combined, it's the same monsters. So I need to watch that because this is only from like 2016, 2017. So take basically this, but give it updated graphics. I want to track it down. I haven't been able to yet. I'm going to have to look it up. But yeah, if you've got Shudder, it's only like an hour and 10 minutes. I really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I was surprised how much I liked this movie from 1968. It's called 100 Monsters. Lindsay.
We're going to pull an old one out.
I just did.
Donald Duck
1968.
Short. Yeah, well, we're going back even longer than that.
Oh.
It's an old Donald Duck short called Trick or Treat with him and his nephews, and they're pulling Halloween hijinks on their uncle.
Hold on, I'm writing this all down. So this is a duck-based horror short?
It's a Halloween short.
Duck-based horror short.
Hang on a minute.
Little Quackers.
You gotta rename somebody.
Make an unrelated trip over to the group chat.
Oh, I'm sorry, by the way. I want to I want to clarify. It's actually called The Great Yokai War Guardians, and it came out last year. And it's from Takashi Miike. And if you know what Takashi Miike is, you know that dude does some fucked up movies. So I want to find it. Lindsay, tell me more about this.
I didn't make that a movie night.
Tell me more about the duck-based hijinks.
They're basically picking on their uncle, but then an actual witch shows up and causes even more hijinks with them. And it's from 1952. And Damn. It's only 9 minutes long.
You got me beat. You know what? Now that you mentioned that, there was a short I saw. It was when they relaunched the Mickey Mouse thing, and Goofy was a zombie. Do you remember this? That actually disturbed me a little bit, because this motherfucker was like Jesse. He was like Forsaken World of Warcraft zombie. Like it was Goofy, but bones showing and shit. Yeah, it was weird.
That's good shit.
It was creepy.
Is that the skin they have in Kingdom Hearts?
Is there a skin for him in Kingdom Hearts that he's a zombie?
I'm pretty sure. Hang on.
Hold on, let me look it up real quick.
That I do not know.
Mickey Mouse, Goofy. Oh God, yeah, it's called Ghoul. It's called Ghoul Friend.
Ghoul Friend.
Yeah, I was pretty sure there was one.
So I'm sending a picture to the group chat, a still from the episode. What I love about it, it's the old school Mickey Mouse look. And look at Goofy. Look at fucking Goofy in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's goddamn.
Yikes.
Yeah. He's fucked up.
The fucking bone sticking out of his nostril.
Yeah, that hurts me.
Oh, don't like that.
All right. Well, I've disturbed everyone. Shelby, it's your turn. Last round, man.
So I've recently gotten back into ARGs, and one of my new favorites is called The Backrooms. It's basically a found footage alternate reality game. Basically, a lot of them start off as like weird posts on Reddit or Twitter, or just somebody asking about some random thing that leads a bunch of people to a weird Mandela effect, which causes more questions to come up, which it makes the original thing seem real. And then people are like, "Oh my God, this is real!" And then they're wanting more stuff to come out and be seen, to try and figure out what this mystery is. Well, the Backrooms is like a found footage thing where it's basically a space that exists when you accidentally like fall into it. So it's really strange. You'd have to like really go and watch it, but it's a bunch of found footage of people walking around in these things called the Backrooms. They're rooms that exist in space that don't exist in our space. It's like a crossover space. And there are monsters that exist in these space, different types. There's like the spider monster that has really long, creepy limbs, and it'll come out of the ceiling of the room that you're in, and it just speed runs at you, and you have to like get into a narrow passageway, or it gets you. There's another one that makes this really awful noise, and it's always around the corner. No matter how far away you get from it, when you turn around, it's always there at the corner, like behind you. So it's pretty neat.
And this is a game?
It's not. It's a game in the sense that when it first started, you could be part of the feed for it. Like you could have been on Reddit asking questions, or like trying to dig up information on this video as it was being posted. And then for me, I go and watch the completed ones where they get all of the found footage and edit it into like a single movie. But as it's happening, if you're there as it's happening, you'll only get like a 10-minute clip or a 5-minute clip. And then you're sitting there for another like 2 weeks to a month trying to be like, okay, what happened to this guy? Did this guy die? Like, did we get any more information? Has anyone heard back from this user? Because they've kind of gone off the grid. Nobody's heard from them in forever. They haven't come online since their last post. Like, it's like you're part of the game without actually playing an actual game.
Okay.
It's interesting.
That sounds twisted.
It's fun.
Jesse, beat that.
Well, I do want to start. So there is there's another.
It's
Sorry.
okay. I love you.
Thanks, baby. So there's so I'm not recommending this. In fact, I'm doing the opposite. There's a horror movie that I saw recently. I think it's on HBO Max. It's called "We're All Going to the World's Fair."
Oh, I was gonna watch that. Is that not good?
No, it's terrible. There's so to start, like it's about an ARG, and there's no paranormal anything to it whatsoever.
Oh,
None.
That's boring.
Yeah, it's just about this girl participating in an ARG, and this dude that's playing with her thinks that she might actually be suicidal. And spoiler, it turns out she is. And he talks her out of killing herself. That's the story.
So it's not a horror film?
It tries to be.
It wants
But
you
it
to think
fails.
It's bad. It's a really bad movie.
Well, that makes
So,
me sad
anyway.
because that was on my list to watch, and I'm gonna trust
The
you on
thumbnail-
because I was
the
thumbnail's
thumbnail
what
and the
got me.
description had me
Yeah.
sold. I was like, oh, fuck, this is going to be cool.
Well,
It was
Jesse,
not.
the film on Rotten Tomatoes has got an approval rating of 91%.
Are you kidding me?
That's why
People
I
love
say
squalor.
you cannot listen to reviews. If you want to watch
I
a
mean,
film,
like-
and if you like this movie, more power to you. But, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe people just like, it's kind of artsy. So maybe people like, I don't know. It's got the pretentious vote. I don't fucking know. And I couldn't really find another movie that I wanted to recommend. So
Cool,
I'm
I'll
gonna
take
go
it.
with
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna say, like, if you want some good horror stuff, like if you haven't heard me recommend it before, go to reddit.com/r/no sleep or listen to the podcast that spun out of it.
No
Called
Sleep
No
Podcast.
Sleep.
That's-
Both of the it's some great horror content.
Yes.
I'm torn because I think that's a good recommendation, but I also had one that I wanted to add. I had two that I wanted to do, so this gives me an excuse to do both. I'm torn. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you. And
Oh, sleep.
No Sleep. It's just called No Sleep Podcast, right?
Oh, yeah. Like you could do No Sleep subreddit or No Sleep podcast. Like both of those are. You could just say No Sleep.
Okay.
Creepypasta, same thing.
Speaking of which, so this isn't out yet. There's a whole bunch of shit that's not out yet or that I haven't seen that I wanted to put on my list because I've heard they're great. Barbarian, Smile, the new Hellraiser. I think looks
Smile
fucking
doesn't
awesome.
come out until tomorrow, right?
Possibly. That's what I mean. Like they're either not out yet or I just haven't been able to see them.
Yeah, because I just saw an ad for it and I was like, oh, I kind of want to see this.
Jesse wasn't listening to the first half.
I also want to see the new Hellraiser, and then I just saw one, and I meant to tell you guys about this. It's coming to Hulu on the 10th, and now I can't remember the name of it. It was called it's based on they created a creepypasta that comes to life, and it's called like Grimmy Cut or something like that. Oh fuck! I've got to figure it out. I'll figure it out and go buy it, but because it looked really cool. Anyway.
I want to see Werewolf by Night, but it doesn't come out yet either.
Then you can't put it on the list. Save it for next year.
I
Tanner.
know.
But keeping with the podcast, I'm going with Grim and Mild's 13 Days of Halloween. The first season had Keegan Michael Key, and it was another scripted-based story. The first season was like a caretaker of either a hotel or something like that. Somebody basically shows up there to do something, and he ends up taking them room to room every day, meeting different people. And it's just 13 Days of Halloween, and it's really, really good.
What is it called again?
13 Days of Halloween from Grim and Mild.
Grim and Mild?
Yep.
Okay. And that's a podcast.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just recording all this. You guys are going to have to remind me, did we ever do Reanimator?
Yes.
Because I feel like we have, but I looked through the list and I could not find it.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe not.
I don't remember.
Because I've got two. All right, so mine's going to be a split one in case we've done the other one already. So my first pick is Reanimator. It's from 1985. It is the classic Lovecraftian story of Dr. Herbert West and his serum that brings the dead back to life. It's Jeffrey Combs at his finest. It's Barbara Crampton. Is it Crampton or Campton? It's Crampton, right? I don't want to mispronounce. I follow her on Instagram. She would, if she knew I existed, she'd be upset. It is Crampton. But it's a classic. If you've never seen Reanimator, you got to watch it. It's that good. In case we have done Reanimator, oh God, I've got 3 on my list that I want to mention. I'm going to go with the obvious one, though, just because we talk about these movies every time they come out, and we've got to mention it. VHS 94 came out last year. It's what I watched after the last time we did Terrifying Tanner Thursday broke me to the point that I almost quit the show. I locked myself in my room and I watched VHS 94 by myself and literally like cried myself to sleep. It was a really good movie though. It's got some fantastic segments. Has everyone seen it at this point? Tanner, I know you have.
I don't think I did.
I haven't.
So
I don't remember if you made me watch it or not.
Oh, I did. We watched it just a couple of weeks ago because you literally, after we watched it, said, "Why did you make me watch this?" Because you were so disturbed by it. And mostly it was Ratma disturbed you because the first story is
okay, I remember now.
Underground cult dedicated to a rat monster, and this reporter's trying to find it. There was the story of the woman who had to sit at the funeral overnight. And
yeah, I've definitely not seen this.
And it was the one, Lindsay, I think that bothered you was the doctor that was kidnapping people and turning them into half cyborgs, and you were just grossed out by all of the body stuff. And then maybe
I don't like body horror in any way.
The most ridiculous one was probably the last one, which was a militia group who wanted to overthrow the government, got their hands on a quote unquote secret weapon. I won't spoil it, and they're planning how to. It's imagine the Republicans now if they had a monster. It's pretty fucking good. So,
oh god,
yeah, it doesn't go the way you think it does though, because just like the Republicans of today, it's not going to end well for them. So that is my two picks. We're going to make that a double. It's VHS 94 or Reanimator. By the way, VHS 99 comes out this month as well, just so you know, and it also looks fantastic. Lindsay, what's your last one?
My last one is another old school Disney one. It is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
That
just
Ichabod
because
Crane.
it has that iconic image of the headless horseman surrounded by flames. At the end of it, he's just getting ready to chuck the pumpkin.
That scared me as
That's
a kid.
good stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That scared me. And then Sleepy Hollow came out, and that's whoa, Johnny Depp, well, jerk. That's all anyone cared about. The jerk was the masturbation sounds that everyone had.
Yes,
Johnny
we
Depp.
Understand.
Okay, what year did that come out? Because I can't. There's so many Sleepy Hollows I can't find it.
Well, it's listed
So
under
many.
The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad because it was one of the package films in the
1949.
40s.
Yeah, 1949. I see it right there. Yeah, because I forgot how fucking nerdy Ichabod Crane looked in that. God, he looks like
Yes.
a doofus.
Yes.
All right, and then instead of taking the last one, our dear friend Hunter, who couldn't be here tonight because he is with his wife, she had a surgery, and he is taking care. He's TCOB, taking care of business. But he did have a pick. Tanner, you want to go ahead and read that for us?
Yeah, Hunter specifically requested that we pick the newest Scream, which I guess is technically Scream 5, but just goes by Scream.
Right.
I still haven't gotten to watch it yet, honestly.
Same.
Yeah, me neither.
I only know the spoiler.
I do know the spoiler.
Right. And that's fucked up. But I've heard it's really, really good. I'm gonna just say a couple of honorable mentions that I'll have on the list next year in case something better comes out, or in case something better comes out. But I do wanted to mention Glorious, which I've mentioned to you guys before as the glory hole in the wall, Lovecraftian.
Oh yeah, I've
Ancient-
seen that trailer.
Ancient God, voiced by J.K. Simmons. That's fucking fantastic.
Oh
movie.
yeah, I do want to see that.
The Cursed, which Jesse and Shelby were not as big on as I was, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. And Detention, which is another based on a webtoon story about a secret book society in, I want to say also Korea. I may be wrong on that. Maybe no, it wasn't Korea. Where was it? Let me look it up real quick. But it's based on a real thing where they were like stopping people from reading, and it ended up. I don't want to say too much, but it's a really nightmarish film, and it's in Taiwan. It's a Taiwanese
Was the
movie.
curse? Was the curse the one with like the kid that's staying with his dad?
No,
Or no, that was something different.
The curse was the one about the basically they're werewolves, but they're not werewolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I liked way more than you guys did, but I really enjoyed it. That was one of my favorite horror movies this year. I just didn't put it on the list because I want to talk about the other ones. But all right,
What was the movie that we watched that had the kid was staying with his dad and the super creepy neighbor got possessed by a
I
monster.
can't remember the name of it. It was like.
What was that movie?
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Because they, in the end they had like it was underground in like a tree stump.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it The Accursed?
Maybe.
The Accursed? Maybe.
No.
No.
Well, just because no one mentioned it. Did we bring up Gone GM last year?
I think we did because I watched Gone GM. I watched Gone GM when I still lived at LaCroix, and that was definitely at least one episode.
Is that what it was called?
So we'll have to look it up, but if not, we'll put it on. Because you definitely should watch that. Gone GM Haunted Asylum. If you've never seen Gone GM Haunted Asylum, one of the best horror films I've seen in a long, long time. Actually scared me.
Not that one for sure.
The Wretched.
That's what I said, but Jesse
That's
said
no.
no.
That's what I said. Was it? Like, 'cause I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it is. I'm positive it's The Wretched.
Yeah, it was The Wretched.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a plot twist in it that was dumb as shit.
But the rest was pretty good.
Plot twist. The rest of it was great up
Yeah.
until that point. Completely unnecessary plot twist
Yeah. Agreed.
that like killed the whole fucking movie for me.
Like, and I feel stupid for not catching it sooner because there was a point super early on where I looked at Jesse and I was like,
Like, what is that? What is like that? Doesn't make any sense. It's
Yeah,
a
I was
weird
like, that
thing.
makes absolutely no sense. That's really stupid.
And that's what they tried to like give you. Like, yeah, this is the plot twist. You see, you get it now as it like takes you through all those scenes. Like, okay, but it doesn't make any sense that happened in the first place.
Yeah. Like that unnecessary.
If you
It was
want,
weird.
if you want a good film that does the whole plot twist at the end thing, and then walks you back through the entire movie for the parts you didn't see, there's a movie. It's a very independent film out of Australia, I believe, called Lake Mungo. I don't know if we've ever had it on the list before, but it's about a girl dies and her family starts catching her ghost in pictures and on video. So it's filmed like a documentary, and if you would tell somebody that it's real, it would be convincing. Because I can't say anything because it would spoil the movie. But the point is, they go through all of these different, like her life history and basically how she got to where she was. It's really good. And then at the very end,
one.
At the end of the film, you think you got it all figured out, and then you discover something and go, "Oh fuck!" So yeah, Lake Mungo, fantastic. All right, that's gonna do it for us. We're gonna wrap it up here. 31 films or 31 things to experience this October. I'll get this list made. We'll have it on the Facebook tomorrow, and you guys tell us what you like to watch. There's a whole bunch of back content. We may post all the movies from the past couple years. If this is your first time listening to us in October and you've never watched any of the films that we've recommended before, you have a lot of movies to catch up on this year. We'll post them all. Anyway.
So many movies,
and most of them are pretty good. Some of them are bad. But in fact, one year we didn't have any movies to recommend. Really, we had like 6.
We did ones not to watch.
We did ones to avoid. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the 2020 show, if I remember right.
Was it?
Oh, everything was bad in 2020. It wouldn't surprise me.
Was that either the 2020 or 2021 because like nothing had come out?
No, 2020 we had a must-watch list. It was the one before that maybe. Because it says movies to avoid in October.
Yeah, point is they were bad. And they should feel bad.
Yes.
We will not be back tomorrow with an all-new Horse Time. That's all. All right. For myself, for Jesse, and I almost said Trina, for Lindsay and Tanner and Shelby.
Where the hell did you get Trina?
AEW, it's a long story. We'll see you guys next week, maybe. I don't know anymore. Until then, Shelby, go ahead. Shelby, go ahead and take us out.
Why do you do this to me? Why must you do this every time? I don't like this. I don't like this game you play. It makes me real sad.
Can you please let me get 2 words in to say, okay, we're out? All right, but now that we stopped recording, Shelby, go ahead and keep talking, just for me. No one else is listening.
I don't trust you. This is still recording. You're lying to me.
Hey, Jim.